this is reality and you have to face reality. And when you know how to face reality and you know how to not run away from things, you're a very, very powerful person.
And my entire philosophy was very simple. I wanted to be the best version of myself and not fake what I would put out on the internet. I wanted to be a version of myself that I would be proud of.
I was saying that as a man, your life is supposed to be shit. My argument to this is people go, oh, I don't feel good. I say, good. Your life as a man is going to be terrible the entire time. Who told you at any point, I don't know what the Bible says, I haven't read it cover to cover like I've read the Quran, but I don't think the Bible says you're supposed to be happy all of the time. The Quran certainly doesn't.
People who can really take control of their habits and daily routines, they're not just people who have crazy internal discipline. I feel like most of the best doers that I ever see, and that when I hear them talk about stuff, I really listen. It kind of perks up my mind, are people who have a firm and relatively objective grasp on reality.
This is the example I say. When a storm hits, the storm is still hitting.
Yep.
But there's a difference from you drowning in the storm or standing above the storm.
Absolutely.
And I think that you're always gonna have challenges and obstacles.
Storms are gonna come.
But I guarantee you, there's obstacles that you could walk through with a smile on your face that another man could fall apart.
As a man, you're not guaranteed to ever have value, but you have the opportunity to rule your own world.
So many people want to project their idea of what they think your life should be like onto you. And it's just completely irrelevant. It just doesn't matter.
You can have any university degree, you can have any this, that. It doesn't teach you critical thinking. And it doesn't teach you how to look at situations and look at real world problems and figure out, okay, I'm fucked. How do I unfuck myself here?
Like, I built Goggins from the ground up. I was born David Goggins. David Goggins wasn't good enough. He was a scared, bullied, abused kid who struggled in life. And that kid, whenever something got tough, no matter how hard I trained, no matter how ready I was, whenever something got tough for me, David Goggins, the real David Goggins, would come out and he would quit. So I realized this over a period of time. So I had to build Goggins. And in that process, I have to go back to that mental lab, and that mental lab is at scratch. That mental lab is in that trained humility. And so that's where I get better.
If you're feeling amotivated, you need to do something and put yourself into a state that's harder than the state you're in. So for instance, if you're sitting around feeling amotivated or you find yourself tending to tasks that are irrelevant to the goal that you really should be focused on, you need to put your body and mind into a state of discomfort.
You have to detach yourself from the mob mentally so that you don't get caught up in their emotions and their morale. Because if you get caught up in their emotions and you get caught up in their morale, you can't correct it. So we go out on a mission. The mission goes great. We get into a gunfight, kill a couple bad guys, everyone's okay, high fives, everyone's feeling great. You come back to base, hey, we don't need to debrief, that was perfect. Hey, we don't need to get our gear, maintained. We can just go to bed, we're awesome. That's when the leader has to say, oh, we've got the mob, and the mob is becoming slightly arrogant. Hey guys, real quick, that was a good op, but there's some things we could improve upon. You gotta bring that mob back and bring them back to center line.
I was forced to go only internal. External had to go away. The external world had to go away. And living so deep inside myself, it was me in this brain and figuring out how this thing works. And it's so many people are doing exactly that. The supplements, the this, the that. And I agree, it helps. But once you figure out your brain, you become unstoppable.